Part 4. The Timeless Curse. Ellie's vision swam as the shadows enveloped her, warping the chamber into a nightmarish distortion of its former self. She struggled against the unseen forces that held her, but it was like fighting against the weight of the abyss itself. The cold seeped into her bones, gnawing at her resolve and draining her strength. As the entities encircled her, they began to chant in a language older than time, their voices melding into a hypnotic cadence. The very air around Ellie seemed to vibrate with their words, resonating deep within her soul. She realized they were invoking an ancient ritual, one that would bind her to the Librarium for eternity. Ellie screamed, a primal sound of defiance that echoed through the chamber. She reached out, her fingers barely grazing the surface of the ancient tome on the pedestal. In that moment, a surge of energy coursed through her, golden and warm, a stark contrast to the icy darkness that surrounded her. The shadows recoiled, their grip weakening, and Ellie seized the opportunity. With a desperate burst of strength, she pulled herself free and grasped the tome, its cover warm to the touch. The book responded to her touch, the pages flipping open of their own accord, revealing words written in a script that seemed to pulse with life. As she began to read, Ellie felt a strange connection forming between herself and the Librarium, a bond that transcended time and space. The shadows snarled and shrieked, their forms writhing in agony as the power of the tome repelled them. Within the passages of the book, she found not just knowledge, but the keys to unsealing the curse that bound the Librarium and its guardians. Ellie's voice rang out, reciting the incantations inscribed upon the pages. The chamber trembled, the ancient relics vibrating as if in resonance with her words. The shadows made one final, desperate lunge for her, only to be repelled by a brilliant burst of light that emanated from the tome. The entities were banished, their forms dissipating into the darkness from whence they came. The chamber brightened, the oppressive cold lifting as a warm, golden glow filled the space. Ellie stood alone, the tome still clutched in her hands, its power resonating through her like a heartbeat. The Librarium responded to the unsealing of the curse, its walls reshaping and realigning, the labyrinthine passages straightening into clear paths. Ellie felt a sense of completion, knowing she had accomplished what so many before her had failed to do. As she made her way back to the grand foyer, the clocks on the walls synchronized, their hands aligning to a single, unified time. The whispers that had plagued her journey faded into silence, leaving only the gentle ticking of the clocks. Ellie pushed open the heavy doors of the Librarium, stepping out into the cool night air. The mist that had shrouded the building was gone, replaced by a clear, starry sky. The townsfolk, sensing the lifting of a great burden, emerged from their homes, their faces filled with awe and gratitude. The old man with the snow-white hair approached her, his eyes filled with understanding. "You have freed us," he said, his voice trembling with emotion. "The curse of the Timekeeper's Librarium is broken." Ellie nodded, her heart both heavy and light. She had uncovered the secrets of the Librarium, but she had also come to understand the weight of knowledge, the responsibility that came with it. She knew that her journey was far from over, that there were still mysteries to unravel and stories to tell. But for now, she took a deep breath, savoring the taste of freedom and the promise of new beginnings. As she walked away from the Timekeeper's Librarium, the dawn began to break, casting a golden light over the town that would never be forgotten. Part 5. The Echoes of Eternity. Months passed, and word of Ellie's adventure spread far and wide. Scholars, historians, and seekers of the unknown flocked to the once-forgotten town, eager to uncover the knowledge held within the Timekeeper's Librarium. The town itself thrived, its streets filled with renewed life and curiosity. Ellie returned to her university, carrying with her the tome that had saved her life. She devoted herself to studying its pages, unraveling the mysteries it contained, and sharing her findings with the world. Her discoveries earned her a recognition and respect. Out she never lost sight of the lessons she had learned within the librarium's ancient walls. One evening, as Ellie worked late in her study, she received a visit from an unexpected guest. The old man with the snow-white hair stood at her door, his eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and gratitude. He introduced himself as Alaric, the last living descendant of the Timekeeper. Alaric explained that his family had been bound to the librarium for generations, tasked with protecting its secrets and maintaining the balance between time and knowledge. With the curse lifted, he was finally free to share his family's history and help Ellie understand the true nature of the tome she had rescued. Together, they spent countless hours poring over the tome's pages, deciphering its intricate scripts and uncovering forgotten truths. They learned that the librarium had once been a sanctuary for knowledge, a place where scholars from across the ages could come to study and share their wisdom. But as the power of the librarium grew, so too did the greed and ambition of those who sought to control it. The Timekeeper, a brilliant but tormented scholar, had created the shadows to protect the librarium from those who would misuse its knowledge. But in doing so, he had inadvertently cursed himself and his descendants, binding them to the librarium for eternity. As Ellie and Alaric continued their research, they discovered references to other hidden libraries scattered across the globe, places where knowledge and time intertwined in ways that defied human understanding. They realized that the Timekeeper's Librarium was just one piece of a much larger puzzle, a single thread in the vast tapestry of forgotten history. Driven by shared sense of purpose, Ellie Alaric embarked on a new journey, determined to uncover these hidden libraries and unlock the secrets they held. They traveled to remote corners of the world, following cryptic clues and ancient maps, each discovery bringing them closer to understanding the true nature of time and knowledge. Their quest was fraught with danger and challenge, but they faced each obstacle with unwavering resolve. Along the way, they encountered other seekers of truth, forming alliances and friendships that transcended time and distance. Years passed, and Ellie and Alaric's journey became the stuff of legend. Their names were spoken in hushed tones, their exploits chronicled in books and stories that would inspire future generations. They had become the new keepers of knowledge, their work ensuring that the secrets of the past would never be forgotten. Ellie's once solitary pursuit had blossomed into a lifelong mission, one that spanned continents and lifetimes. She had found her true calling, not just as a historian, but as a guardian of the forgotten, protector of the timeless. And as she stood atop a windswept cliff, gazing out at the endless horizon, Ellie felt a profound sense of peace. She knew that her journey was far from over, that there were still mysteries to unravel and stories to tell. But for now, she took a deep breath. Savoring the taste of freedom and the promise of new beginnings. The echoes of eternity whispered in the wind, carrying with them the knowledge that Ellie had become a part of something far greater than herself. She was a keeper of time, a steward of the past and the future, bound by the threads of history to the timeless truth that knowledge was both a gift and a responsibility. And as the sun set on another chapter of her life, Ellie knew that she was exactly where she was meant to be, in the company of those who sought the light of understanding, guided by the shadows of the forgotten, and forever bound to the mysteries of the Timekeeper's Librarium. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when I upload new content.